How's it going, everybody? We have a very important video to get through today because we got to talk about Hellcat Early Unlock, the Brimstone team's true value in Battle World, and a really nasty narrative that's going around the community right now, essentially saying if you don't build up your Brimstone team early, if you don't buy the characters, if you don't max them out, you're kind of the worst person in the world. At least the worst person in your alliance. You're gonna ruin their Battle World progression. You're not gonna get any Sentry shards, and you probably lit their grandma on fire. She hasn't been lit on fire yet, but you're probably gonna. You're kind of a POS. I don't think that's true, though. At least I don't think that way about you, and I don't think people in your alliance actually think that either. I don't think anyone is like, if you don't have the Brimstone team, you're ruining everything. And I'm going to talk about why that is to kind of assuage some of your frustrations you might be having with this idea, because someone in my alliance did come up to me and I felt really bad talking to them. Essentially, it was, Turkey, I'm not going to have Hellcat unlocked in time. I know you're like a cutting edge kind of player and I'm going to hold the alliance back. And I feel really bad about not being able to contribute like that. It's like, bro, don't. Don't worry about that whatsoever. Because the actual impact Brimstone has, I think it's non-existent. And if it does exist, I'm going to make the case that it's non-existent. But if it does exist, it is just for this first Battle World. I don't think they're running Battle World every week. I think the only reason we're getting it back-to-back is because they made us do the normal difficulty first. They want us to experience difficulty 6, which is what people are going to be experiencing at the high end. Maybe on difficulty 3. The logic is going to kind of be consistent, just kind of scaled down to whatever difficulty you're currently doing for the rest of this conversation. I think it's probably going to be 2 weeks. By then, you'll have enough time to build up more gold, build up more cores. That's how I'm unlocking Hellcat. I will not be buying Hellcat. There is a reason to buy Hellcat and build the Brimstone team and max them out. It's because they're amazing in Alliance War. Absolutely phenomenal. Crazy. You should not call this team a Battle World team. This is the war team that moonlights in Battle World for one node, one time. Okay, let's talk about why that is. So the true value of the Brimstone team in Battle World. Well, to talk about that, we really need to know the structure of Battle World. We need to go from zone to zone to zone in order to get to the boss. Now, do I need the Brimstone team to go from zone to zone? So, well, we need to fill up this bar right here to go from zone to zone to zone. Wait a minute, am I reading that right? Is this 284,000 points out of 5,000? Yeah. To go from zone to zone to zone, you need to score 5,000 points collectively as an alliance. This is not a real thing anymore, right? This is probably just an interface that they can't get off the screen. That's what I would assume, right? Well, you can use your Brimstone team here. You can use your Fantastic Four MCU or your Brimstone team here. I beat this with Fantastic Four. It wasn't close. My Fantastic Four team is 2 diamonds on the new characters. They're all gear tier 20. Not everyone's going to have that, but you're going to have them pretty big. They're an arena team. Lots of people use them for antimatter on them to get them bigger. If you care enough, you can beat all 3 waves here. And if you don't, you can definitely beat 2 waves here. Okay? And that's going to get you a bunch of victory points. We're going to talk about the importance of victory points in a little bit. But now let's kind of focus on this instead. The Alliance waves cleared. Well, there is a milestone event, I guess, here, that if 24 people clear all 3 of their waves, you can get a whole 80,000 regular purple ions. Oh my god, that's so game nothing. That is game nothing. That doesn't change anything in the game. I know some people still need to get their Odin unlocked, and getting a nice lump sum like this could help them a little bit, but realistically, this isn't even 1/4 of one character. And even more realistically, if not everyone is clearing 3 waves, but at least they're clearing 2 waves, you're going to get like 72 or 64,000 instead. A 16,000 difference in regular purple ions. There's other places you can get purple ions. This is not something to stress over. This is definitely not something to get upset about. I remember with the Null Battle World, there was a node just like this, right? And somebody messaged me like, so-and-so didn't finish this, and I'm really upset because we didn't max it out. I was like, brother. It's like 8,000 ions, homie. I'm not about to message somebody about this. If they're not doing their raid nodes, or they're not doing the war tax, then maybe we can, even raid nodes anymore, it doesn't matter. If they're not doing their war tax, then I'll go talk to somebody, but not over this. Like, somebody forgot to do it because they got busy one day. Like, come on, no. It's a nominal amount of rewards. And it kind of increases from zone to zone. Like, for zone 2, instead of being 80,000, it's 120. Zone 3 is 160 instead of 180. Zone 3 is really easy, by the way, if you have the Undying team built up. Not only do they work because war rules are on, but they're way more fun. Regardless, If you just got none of this, there's other sources of purple, regular purple ions in the game. This is not something that you'd be like, I need to have my Brimstone team, or I'm not going to get the actual maximum of this, and my life is going to be over. That should not be your mentality. If that is your mentality, eat a Snickers. Seriously. All right? Where the Brimstone team is actually somewhat valuable is the Sentry boss, right? So let's go look at the Sentry boss, because this is going to be the main way we get Sentry shards. Now, their value is in how much damage Sentry does to himself against them, okay? So Sentry loses 2% of his max health whenever he attacks a Brimstone ally. If you have 5 Brimstone enemies, the max health he can lose is actually increased by 3 times. What does this mean? Well, it means every time he hits you, he gets 4 million damage, because there is a damage cap. But if you have 5 members, that damage cap goes from 4 million to 12 million. It's not that the Brimstone team is good against Sentry, it's that Sentry kills himself a little bit while he's attacking you. There is still a finite amount of turns the Brimstone team is going to be able to take. In fact, they don't take the hits very well, even at 7 red stars. So if you're freaking out about doing an early unlock, like getting the character at 3 stars or 4 stars or even 5 stars, I hate to tell you this, it's not going to matter that much. If you start getting some diamonds, maybe you'll live for 2 or 3 more waves of turns, and you'll get an additional, like, I don't know, 80 million damage on him. That's going to be helpful, but it's not game-changing. No. When I was using the Astral team against him, or an Odin team against him, or an Old Man Logan Null team against him, I did a bunch of different teams into Sentry, and on the playtest, when the characters are at 7 red stars, gear tier 19, I was able to throw up 200 million with a bunch of different teams. A bunch of teams. A lot of these teams you're going to have bigger on the live server. Astral's going to be bigger. You're going to have diamonds on that team because they're a year old now. You might have some gear tier 20 on them because they were really good in the Professor X event. I was able to put up around 700 million points on the playtest with that normalized roster, which is taking out half of Sentry on my own, right? Because we get 5 attacks now, not 3 like we used to do for Null. That's taking out half a Sentry on my own. We're going to take a look at the victory points in a second, but just the first chunk of Sentry shards is just killing him 1 time. So if one person can clear half a Sentry, it takes 2 people to take out another Sentry. Not that crazy, right? It's not. And of course, guys, I'm going to have a video come out with the best Battle World boss teams when this is available. And we're going to try and get as many people close to that 700k number as possible, if not firmly breaking that without using Brimstone. Because I'm not going to have Brimstone built up. But now we got to look at the other source of Sentry shards, and that's going to be a victory point. It's not really a leaderboard. It's not a milestone. It's like a tier kind of thing. Every time we take a Sentry, we get 500,000 victory points. But this is actually doubled, because you also get those victory points when you're doing the damage. So every single takedown of Sentry is going to get you 1 million victory points. Now, the big difference between Sentry and Null is this alliance tier system. Tier system. This alliance tier system did not have Null shards. The Null shards were all buried behind taking out Null 1 time. Now, to get the maximum 100 shards per, difficulty 6 Battle World run, we need to throw up 14 million points. Well, you might notice I already have 300,000, so it's not that I have to take out a Sentry as my alliance 14 times to get this. We will be getting around 3 million victory points by clearing the zones, right? If everyone in your alliance clears all 6 zones, even all 5 zones, you're going to get around 3 million. 3 million if you don't do the elite missions, 3.6 million if you do the elite missions. My math could be even off of that. It might be even higher. It's not lower though. My point is, we really only have to take out Sentry like 11 times. If I can do half of a Sentry, that means we need, 22 people to take him out 11 times. That gives us 2 people of leeway. And I don't think I'm being realistic here, honestly, because I was able to do 700,000 with 7 red star gear tier 19 characters. I think my Astral team is probably going to throw up an extra 100 million because of the gear tier 20 and the diamonds on them. I really do. I think we're probably going to find a way between the 5 attacks that a given player can throw up 1 billion damage into Sentry without even looking at their Brimstone team. I firmly believe that. Or even using some of their Brimstone characters, because when they get hit, they're going to do some damage, right? I firmly believe that to be the case. But do you even need to do that? Well, it's a little known, well, it's a secret in Marvel Strike. It's a secret in Marvel Strike Force. You need 810 shards total to max out a character, to get them from unlocked, like Sentry currently is, to 7 yellow stars. Well, we all got 20 shards last week. We maxed out at 100 shards per battle world. That means that no matter what, we all have to go through 8 more battle worlds in order to max out Sentry. You know what that means, right? If we have to do at least 8 and they give 800, that means we were going to have a surplus by the end of this. So for this first battle world, if you get at least 90 shards, you're still on the right track to max out your Sentry on the same timeline as everybody else. So realistically, this is the best goal. This is the highest goal you can obtain, with the goal of unlock Sentry the fastest and, you know, get him to 7-star as quickly as possible. This is the main goal, right? Which means if we're getting 3 million points from the nose, we really only need to take out Sentry 9 times. I think I'm going too far in this, because I firmly believe we are not going to be beating Sentry 14 times. I firmly believe that without Brimstone, we're going to be beating him 15 or 16 times at a minimum with 5 attacks. I really do. All I wanted to talk about in this video is that you should not panic unlock Hellcat. You should not use your cores, because there's no core spending event. You should not open up your wallet if that's not something you want to do because you love war and they're going to be such an awesome war team. Don't panic, guys. Don't feed into the FOMO. Don't spread that narrative. It's not necessary. And I don't know if you guys noticed, like, I smashed this node with Fantastic Four. The Undying node, I'm going to smash that. These are all victory points we're going to get here as well. It's just not worth it. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this video up just by me showing the gameplay of the Fantastic Four node. Let me know what you think about what we talked about here. Like the big picture here, by the way, sadly, is that no Battle World team matters. Absolutely no Battle World team matters, because the rewards are as finite as they are. For them to matter, this would have to be active. The leaderboard would have to be active. This is what Battle World initially had, right? Battle World initially had a leaderboard where we got the most amount of our null shards. They took that away for some reason. It's not a thing. I don't know why. It's really silly, but this not being existent is pretty much why no Battle World team will ever matter. The argument that's just that having Brimstone will just make you hit this sort of number that much faster. I get that, but this is a low enough number that you don't need Brimstone to do it, right? What I would love to see in the future is I would love to see a tier 27, 28, 29, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever. And instead of, okay, actually, no, not tiers. It should be milestones, right? It should just be milestones. Let's just say this is milestone 26, and this is not 50 Sentry shards. This is 5 Sentry shards. And there was another 45 shards, all distributed in you know, clumps of 5 Sentry shards. I would love to see a milestone 27 for 15 million points that gives an additional 5 Sentry shards. And then another milestone for doing 16 million victory points that gives, I don't know, like 100,000 purple ISO 4, right? And it just scale up to the point where it just doesn't make sense anymore. And the worlds can be small like that, so no one's going to max out Sentry on the first run of Battle World. No one's going to unlock Blue Marble. You can put Gear to 20 there. You can put training modules and gold as some of those milestones, right? But just have it go so high that it actually matters to craft the best Sentry killing teams. But also have Sentry not be so safeguarded in all of his defenses to the point where every team is kind of just maxed on how long they could live, hitting into that very, very easy to hit damage cap. Anyway, we got really ranty here. Let me know what you think about what we talked about in this video. Hope this found you well. I hope you had really fun with Zone 1. I know I didn't, because it was so easy. Everything was autoplay. I got to go do the rest of them. They just didn't load in before. But let me know your thoughts on what we talked about here, your thoughts on Battle World as a whole and Zone 1, which hopefully you guys are having fun with. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Oh, let me also top this conversation off. I wish there was a reason to build the Brimstone team up early. I wish the Brimstone team would be so valuable against that Sentry boss, because there was a leaderboard, and however many times you're in your alliance cleared could actually get you Sentry shards faster, or even just get you some resources faster, right? I wish that the milestones extended to the point where you can get 80 shards for Sentry if you guys cared enough to really, really push. I wish for those things, but it just doesn't exist. Is this guy going to kill me, or is my assist from Invisible Woman not going to happen? Okay, unfortunate. Super unfortunate. I probably should have not used the Johnny Storm special there. Might have to reset this to hunt for a better kill order, maybe. We'll see. Oh, we got a Black Knight here. Can we stun him? Oh, wow. Oh, did I need to save that for the next section, maybe? We're going to start holding some cooldowns. I think this happened to me on the playtest. I had the 7 red star team, but I pushed it too fast, and I probably should have been holding back a lot of my cooldowns. We got the Franklin ultimate, so that's good. Yeah, I think we probably... Oh, yeah, we pushed way too fast. Okay, well, hold on. Because he doesn't have those buffs anymore. Is Thing just going to one-shot him? He doesn't have taunt anymore. Wait a minute, what? Okay, Odin's tanky. Maybe we can't kill Odin in time. Right? Or maybe we're going to push this guy and that'll be really bad. Let's do one of these. Maybe I should have basicked there. I don't know. I feel like Invisible Woman's just going to kill him with bleeds and none of this is going to matter, though. This dude's bleeds. I'm not a striker. Oh, I am a striker. Here, let's do this. Oh, he's dead as hell. Oh, he's dead as hell, boy. Oh, shit. All right, well. I have characters that are at full life. I don't think this is doable with Gear 219, 7 red star characters. I kind of showed them a play. Like, it is doable. It's just not fun. It'd be a hard go at it. If you have some diamonds, if you have some Gear 220, this becomes so much easier. So if you're really worried about missing out on this set of the Undying node, build up those teams. Don't freak out about Brimstone. Right? It's kind of silly.